Okay, we're in. Hey guys.
Hi there.
Dana, so nice to have you back here again and looking forward for you to being with me every week. Which is awesome.
Me too. This is great, Alyssa. Thanks.
It is great.
It
is
Hi,
great.
Everyone.
Well, yeah. So, Dana, you have such a wealth of information, to really share with everybody. So I'm really excited that we're going to kind of tune into nutrition a little bit this week, because I know for like everybody that I've been talking to, I'm not sure what it's like in Florida right now, but up here, we're just really getting back into life, right? I mean, we're kind of slowly starting to integrate, and places are opening up, and some people feel really excited about that and comfortable. And of course, there's naturally like a little bit of fear, I think, that comes along with that as well. And I think sometimes our logical minds, I know for me, sometimes it's like, all right, I don't want to be afraid, but at the same time, I kind of want to know I'm doing everything that I can to just keep a healthy immune system, because I think at the end of the day, that's all we can really do. So, so with that being, and with that being said, nutrition is such a huge role, right? A huge player in our immune system amongst so many other systems of our body. So Dana, can you talk a little bit from the perspective of Chinese medicine and Oriental medicine, like the role of nutrition in that?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. And it's so true. I mean, everyone right now is really, again, wanting to kind of get back into the rhythm of life, and we miss it, and we're eager to get out there. And I think with caution is important too, to kind of realize now that we're going into a new normal kind of thing. So how do we keep our immune systems strong, and how do we keep our immune systems up and feel good and have energy and kind of maintain that moving forward is so important. So, it's such a wide range of spectrum in terms of nutrition in a TCM point of view. Specifically, traditional Chinese medicine, what we eat and what we don't eat is really important for overall health and immunity. So where to begin? So let's just kind of start with where to begin. So the basics of it are basically eat for your constitution and eat for the change of season. So, technically we're still in springtime. Summer usually is, the longest day of the year in terms of summer is June 21st, I think, which is the summer solstice. And that's kind of when summer begins. So we're still gradually going into summer, but more in the springtime right now, which is the liver season. For those of you that may or may not know, every season in Chinese medicine corresponds to a specific organ. So the liver is really, really, really important for keeping your immune system strong. So what does that mean? So we can break it down into subcategories, and then those categories have their own categories, but kind of an overall good way of thinking about it is to eat for the change of season. So, we're going from cold weather into a little bit warmer weather. We have to keep in mind that it's the liver time of year. So what does that mean? A lot of people are kind of thinking, forget the pandemic. I'm just, I get anxious in the spring. I'm a little irritated. I'm a little frustrated. I'm a little
allergies. I know get people down too this time of year.
Yeah. So, and that's your liver. That's kind of your liver going, hey, I'm a little overactivated. I'm coming, into my season, so to speak. And the liver is in charge for cleansing. And the liver is in charge for really making sure that the qi, the energy in our body, has smooth flow. So the liver is paired with the gallbladder. So now we're in the liver gallbladder time of year. What does that mean? So it means, okay, you know what? We really want to make sure that our liver qi is smooth and flowing smoothly and not constrained. So the emotions that would be involved in that would be, frustration, irritability, maybe tightness in your muscles, tightness in your joints, tightness in your ligaments. So there's foods that we can eat that will really help to nourish our liver, nourish the liver qi, and strengthen and tonify the liver going into this particular time to transform us into summer when it comes that time, which is the heart, which maybe could be another talk.
Yeah. I mean, as you're saying this, the ideas are flowing. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. So every season has a different organ. So basically the liver season is now, the flavor is sour, believe it or not. So what does that mean? So we want
Sour Patch Kids?
Sour Patch Kids. My son's like, woo.
It's my kind of nutrition here. Yeah.
Exactly. So sour foods actually help to remove stagnation. It helps to kind of loosen stagnation, move chi, move energy, move blood. And so we want things that are kind of sour in nature. And what is going to help to kind of keep our liver chi moving. And so carrots are in the realm of helping to move the liver chi. Now people say, well, carrots aren't sour. There's properties to food that we don't really necessarily taste, but properties are there that either enter the channel of the liver meridian, or it strengthens and tonifies yin and yang, or it strengthens and tonifies blood. It helps to move the liver chi. Carrots.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is so would that matter if it's raw or if it's cooked?
So that's a good question. So I'll give you an example of, let's say, something that everybody or most people really like is their morning coffee. So coffee, the properties in coffee are hot. It doesn't matter if you drink it iced or if you drink it hot. The properties are hot. So what is
cool?
So,
okay.
So see what I'm saying? So that's a great question. And I like using coffee because I'm a coffee lover. I also love tea, but I have coffee in the morning. And it's a hot property, whether you have it on ice or whether you have it hot. So what does that mean? Someone who is real livery or has got a lot of stagnation or has a lot of joint pain, muscle pain, that's probably not the best choice for you, because that's going to actually, that constitution is going to enter that liver channel, that liver meridian, and cause more stagnation, which is going to cause more pain or inflammation or stagnation of that liver chi in particular. So cooked foods as opposed to raw foods, baked foods, steamed foods, grilled foods are really warm. Fried foods are heat, a lot of heat. So someone who has a lot of heat in their body. So that's kind of maybe another avenue that we can take. But prepared foods and the way that we prepare them makes a big difference too. So things that are really good for the liver are things like carrots, celery. Dandelion tea is wonderful for the liver. Really good to move the liver chi, keep a smooth flow of liver chi. Leeks, tomatoes, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries. Again, those are things that are kind of in season right now, but actually have an effect on the liver chi and moving the liver chi. The energetics of that food, the liver actually likes. So there's foods that our organs like and foods that they don't like. Red grapes, dates, lemon, lime, lots of lemon in the water.
Yeah, citrus I've heard before is really good for your liver. Yeah.
Citrus is great for the liver. Plums, and then different seeds and legumes, walnuts, avocados are really good, really amazing for the liver, which I'm an avocado lover. Mm-hmm. So it's really about eating things that are in season, and eating for whatever time of year is prominent for whatever organ kind of is represented in that time. So it really is. And then, there's other constitutional things that we like to look at. Are you more yin? Are you more yang? Are you more heat? Are you more cold? What's your constitution? So then we get really specific. And that's when I have people come and they say, okay, well, what should I eat specifically for me? And so then we'll do like a full kind of one-on-one where I'll say, this is more suitable specifically for you, as opposed to just in general seasonal kind of changing with the season kind of foods.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot. And that's why, and this is funny because, nutrition is an area that I've always been interested in. And it's, it's important to me. What I eat is very important to me. As I think it should be for most people. But what I really believe, just from my experience and all the people that I've worked with in like health, in like a health coaching setting, is every human is just so different. And
Right.
they're, you know, like, I just don't believe that here's this like cookie cutter meal plan that's going to be good
Right.
for you and good for me. I feel like, and I think too, like, in, you know, just intuition is so important, right? Like,
Yes.
you know, somebody who's being able to listen to their body, they may find like, I don't like ice water. I don't like cold water, you know?
Right.
So to me, there's a reason,
Yes.
right, within me that
Absolutely.
wants tea or warm, or not warm water, but, you know, I mean, honestly, actually,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. And you know, again, listening to your body, and ice water is really not good for pretty much anybody because it disturbs the stomach and the spleen, which the stomach and spleen doesn't really like necessarily anything too cold or anything damp. And that's where a lot of things come in, like, okay, you know, dairy, ice, cold water, things like that. The stomach, it slows the stomach and the spleen down. So if we think about putting anything ice into our body, what does that do? We know when it snows outside, and you know really well from being from New
Yeah,
England, and me too, when you go outside and it's freezing, everything kind of stops and coagulates. Our pores
it constricts,
close,
yeah.
everything kind of slows down. So that actually happens inside of our bodies too, where the stomach and spleen are like, ooh, we don't like all that cold, ice, damp. We want to be dry and we want to be warm.
Yeah.
So to really tonify and strengthen. And again, I mean, Alyssa, we could take that into a whole other conversation
Oh, I know.
too,
Yeah, I know.
on digestion and how
Oh,
important digestion is,
yeah.
and how to keep a really strong digestive
That's going to be
system,
a
which,
whole month. We're going to have a whole month of digestion. Next month is coming up
yeah,
in, just for everybody as a heads up. But I think coming very soon after that's going to be digestion, because all these,
yeah,
because right now, real quick, because where you brought
it's
that
huge.
right now, I think was like the perfect little segue, something that we've been talking about, right? Which is also vibration and your
Yes,
energy levels, right? And kind of keeping things flowing and moving. Because what you just described, when we're constricting, when the energy is not flowing and our food and what we're eating and all of that is based on it, that's when we're also going to have stagnant energy in our body, right?
absolutely,
And then that's when we're more,
absolutely.
you know, going to get sick. That's when anxiety is going to kick up and
Yes,
depression. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Can
And
I ask
so
another
it's,
question too? Oh, I'm sorry,
yes,
go ahead, finish. I
no,
have so
no,
many
no.
questions.
So no, and absolutely, I was just going to go on what you said too, with just, you know, the whole idea is keeping the smooth flow of qi. I mean, the
Yeah.
basis of Chinese medicine is smooth flow of qi. If you have smooth flow of qi, blood follows, and you don't have stagnation. Which, you know, we avoid stagnation through food, through deep breathing exercises, what we eat, what we don't eat, stress levels, all of that. Stagnation slows the body down, and then other things accumulate from that, like dampness occurs. Why does dampness occur? Because things are slowing down, things are coagulating and not moving. And that's what a cyst is, that's what a tumor is, something that's not
Right.
moving. It's
Right.
you know, it's congealed, it's not moving. So that's really the basis of Chinese medicine, is smooth flow of
The
qi,
flowing. Mm-hmm.
energy, and it's just, it's multifaceted. It's, you know, your
Mm-hmm.
environment, it's your internal world, it's your organs. How to keep everything kind of moving smoothly is so
Yeah.
key,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and truthfully hard in this day and age too, because there's so many options. And you know, we love going out for dinner and out to eat, and you know, tempted by all these things that are probably not so great for us. But you know, at the end of the day, just having that awareness is really important.
Yeah, exactly. And I think too, picking and choosing, right? Like what kind of makes you
Yeah, for
happy, what
sure.
you really want to enjoy, and then balancing it with other things that do keep your chi moving. So before I ask the question I was going to ask, I'm just going to do a shameless plug for our integrative stretching
Sure.
classes, because that is like really a lot of what it's about, is like moving energy through the body, and
Yes.
you know, and stretching and moving and getting used to tuning into the body and slowing down is really important too, to also then be able to, actually, I did a couple times a workshop with Healthy Mama Chris, Chris Davniak, who's an intuitive eating counselor, and she's awesome. And we teamed up because for intuitive eating to be able to be in tune at all, you have to be mindful and slow down and actually
Yes.
listen. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so you know, people definitely should pop into some of those and learn just some different things that you can do, that you can bring out and do it any time of day, any day of the week. Now, so my
Yeah.
question really quick, and then we'll pop off because I know we have
Sure.
a lot more to talk about. And so my question, and this is like, and I kind of hate this question too, that I'm even bringing it up, but you know, alcohol. Like, I
Yes.
hate to say it, but like, as much as I love a delicious IPA and big glass of red wine, and I
Me
do,
too,
and
Alyssa.
margarita
Me too.
and all, I mean, I could go on and on, but
Me too.
you know, I think right now with the warm weather, with socialization, with, you know, all of this, you know, we do have to not turn a blind eye, I think, to the fact that that is something that is going to aggravate our liver,
Oh yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
any like tips or anything for people to kind of find that balance between, you know, maybe not restricting the libations, but also, you know, being kind to the body?
Yeah, I mean, I think, for me too, and I agree with you. I mean, I love like a good craft beer. I love a nice glass of red wine or a margarita or anything, I mean, so I'm with you there, totally. And I think, we all can relate to that. So for me personally, I mean, I make a conscious decision that, every drink equals one glass of water,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
kind of in between.
Keep it
And
flowing,
so,
right? Mhm.
and that, I mean, people, and that's hard to do because you're out, you're having fun, the last thing, you're like, okay, you're ready for your next drink, or, you're having fun with your friends. But just, I think water is really important. And then the other thing too is, believe it or not, a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt, pink Himalayan salt, put it in a little glass of water when you get home, or when you're, you've had that last drink, and drinking that water with a little bit of salt in it, because it really replenishes some electrolytes and enzymes in your body, and it really does help to kind of balance things out. So, there's little things that you can do to just try to be a little bit more mindful while you're enjoying, yourself. And just, I think for me too, it's just, I always have a glass of water in between. So that really makes a big difference.
That's a great reminder. That's a great reminder.
Yeah. And, it's, and everybody kind of knows that. And, oh, I didn't drink enough water, but I should have, or even drinking a lot more water, before you go out. Just stay hydrated. It's really important to just be hydrated.
And stay conscious of it, right? It kind of comes back to that mindfulness piece. Yeah.
And really, I mean, a hangover, really all a hangover is hypoglycemia in the morning. So what happens is, sugar is alcohol, right? We all know that sugar is bad. Not the best thing for us to stay healthy and have a good immune system. And alcohol is sugar. And so, that kind of not so great feeling in the morning is really hypoglycemia kicking in. And that's why we crave sweets and junk food and comfort food, because our bodies are trying to keep the sugar, keep it going. So really replacing it with water and enzymes and minerals like that Himalayan sea salt, just a little, twist of Himalayan sea salt in your water. Drink it with lime, actually. Yeah. That's a really, really good.
So after you finish your tequila shots, just replace that little glass with some water, but keep your lime, keep your salt.
Yeah, exactly. Your tequila shots. Yeah. Not shot, your tequila shots. Yes. For every tequila shot, have a shot of water.
Just take tequila shots, your liver will thank you. That's what I choose to take away. Awesome. Well,
don't drink the worm.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my God. Okay, so everybody, post your questions in the comments. I have not been watching them, so if anybody posted questions, we'll get to them. But we do ask, like and share this video. So if you think this information is helpful, if you want to, spread this message, we're going to be talking a lot about a lot of different things. Some things we dropped today. Next week, we're actually going to be talking about tapping, which I'm excited about. And we're going to be moving into, which, is great for the flow of chi, right? And then we're going to be moving into June. It's going to be all about pain and inflammation, which is all the rage, literally raging in our bodies.
Yes, exactly.
So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're liking and following Integrative Wellness Rhode Island as well. And until then, everybody, have a fantastic day. Thanks.
Yeah, everyone have a good day. Thanks, Alyssa.